You are.
Welcome back, Lincoln students. Moving right along in topic 11. Today we are going to have a lesson on lesson 11-6 on pages 288 and 289 in your textbooks. So make sure those are out and open to those pages in your spiral nearby. Your title today is Multiplying Mixed Numbers. Multiplying mixed numbers. Please get that in your spiral. Again, a mixed number is a number that has a whole number and a fraction together. Okay, our objective for today, get this in your notes please, is I can multiply mixed numbers. Okay, the question that's presented to us at the top of page 288 is, how do you find the product, the answer, of mixed numbers? Write down and get started here. Write steps and write the number 1 with the word estimate. At this point, if you need to stop here, stop the video and write that down. Okay, moving along. Look at the top of page 288 with me, please, and it says, how do you find the product of mixed numbers? A clothing factory has machines that make jackets. The machines operate for 7.5 hours each day. How many jackets can each machine make in one day? So you see on the right there, they say jackets per hour. Machine A is 2 3/4. Machine B is 3 1/3. So our first step, it says to choose an operation. It says use multiplication to find how many jackets each machine can make in a day. So for our first problem, we need to find out how many machine A would make. So obviously we need to make that multiplication problem of 7.5 times 2 3/4. And here is where your steps come in. For this week, in this lesson, they want you to, first step will be to estimate. Okay, our estimating, which we wrote down, if you haven't, get it down. We need to estimate 7.5. 7.5, is it close to 7 or is it close to 8? 7.5 is close to 8. And then we are going to multiply that by 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. Is that closer to 2 or is that closer to 3? That is closer to 3. So we have 8 times 3, which is 24. Again, remember, they like you to estimate because they want you to have an idea of your answer at the end to see if it is reasonable. All right, your next step, after you are estimating, you are going to change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. This is at the top of page 289 in your text if you need to refer to the text to see the print. Okay, so put step number 2 on here, and that is to change the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Again, step number 2, change the mixed number to improper fractions. Okay, so our first mixed number is 7.5. And if you need to, I'm going to quickly write down here too the steps again on how to change your mixed number to an improper fraction. So add that underneath number 2, where again you take and multiply the denominator by the whole number. Multiply the denominator by the whole number. You're going to then add your numerator. Add the numerator. And then you're going to put that number over the denominator. Put that number over the denominator. Now hopefully this is review, but for those that haven't been reviewing well or didn't remember, those are the steps that you need to follow. So when you have 7.5, you take 2 times 7, which is 14, add your 1, plus 1, which is 15, and our denominator is 2, so you put that over 2. So now 7.5, our improper fraction is 15 halves. Then you have 2 3/4. Again, you take the the denominator times the whole number, so 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 3, which is 11, and you put it back over your original denominator, which is 4. So now our two new mixed numbers are 15 halves and 11 fourths. Okay? Your third step then will be to go ahead and multiply those. Put step number 3 to multiply. Okay, so let's write our multiplication problem out, which is 15 halves times 11 fourths.